Welcome back to the show.
Yes, we were having a short karaoke session.
A small little one.
Yes, because we're talking about peace, let's have peace, and the first song that pops in mind is Imagine by John Lennon.
Of course. Written during the Vietnam War period where America was sending its troops abroad. He came out with this song and it stays true till today. It doesn't matter who remakes it.
Yes.
Could be David Archuleta or the guys on Glee. It still sounds great.
Oh, yeah. Imagine there's no country.
Yeah. You watched that episode too? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, we're talking about peace, but we would be a bit too over-ambitious if we were to say we're going to talk about world peace. So we're going to be focusing on
inner peace. Yes.
So let's bring in our resident motivator, Murshidah side. Thank you for joining us once again.
Thank you. Good morning, both of you.
Thank you.
Morning.
Looking very lovely as usual.
Oh, thank you. I've been called many things. Lovely is now one of them.
Okay. So it's interesting. We're talking about peace. It's a very very broad subject. But how do you find peace in a world where there's a lot of problems? With the current economic crisis. And so on. How do we find inner peace?
Okay, I wanted to address the topic on peace this morning was because of last week, on the 21st of September is the World Peace Day, and it's declared by United Nations. And what is the World Peace Day? On that day is where everybody sees fire. And upon that, I reflected, it's like when we do not have peace within us, there will never be peace on the outside. People may have that one day to stop, but there's still the inner anger or that non-forgiveness or I must do something in order to attack the other person. It is in each and every one of us, that individual peace or that individual feeling of no peace within, right? So I'm a big advocate of what is internal is viewed on the outside. You can see things, whether a person is peaceful or having a peaceful life, through his environment and how he projects himself is because of the peace within. All right. When I talk about peace, I always address the body, mind, heart, and spirit levels. All right. So when we have internal peace, right, we will have peace on the outside, as in how you are peaceful in your relationships with other people. How are you in terms of your stress level, for example? Now, when you mentioned just now about Tom, one of our viewers, I just remembered a post that he actually put in,
Yes.
On My Hands Are Tied, and I thought that was a wonderful post, and I want to bring it up today, this morning, because a lot of times when you ask people, questions, hey, how are you doing today? People say, okay lah, surviving, those things, like things like what to do, no choice, and my hands are tied, that's one thing, and that is a reflection of not having peace within. Right? Because you are feeling that something is just inadequate, right? Whenever there's the feeling of inadequacy, feeling of stress, feeling of I have no choice, I have what to do, my hands are tied, I cannot deal with it, that is when you don't have internal peace at all, all right? And it will project out into your life and into your relationships with others. Now, how come we don't have peace in this world is because a lot of people operate out of emotions which are negative, like your greed, your envy, your ego, and these are the ones that actually affect relationships with other people and make people see like, oh, I'm better than the other person, or you try to put the other person down, and there will be no peace.
It will be a never-ending cycle.
You'll never have peace inside. You'll never have peace with other people. How are you going to live? As long as you judge people, you will never have peace, right?
Well, Murshidah, we're going to open the phone lines right now. So if you have any peaceful or otherwise questions, please do let us know, and we'll try to help you out with that. Our phone numbers are, as usual, on screen right now.
we were still remembering the phone lines from our previous studio.
We will be doing that. Don't worry. By the end of the year, we'll have it down for you. Okay, let's get back to talking about peace. So far, we're talking about inner peace and how we affect people around us. Now, when we talk about most of the other topics, you have these 3-step programs or one-step thing that you can do immediately to actually feel a little bit more peaceful. Do you have something like that for us today?
Initially, like when I do my courses, I always address the body, mind, heart, and spirit. Right? Now let's talk about the spirit today. Okay, when we want to find peace, focus on our spirit. All right, and I do 2 very basic principles when it comes to empowering your spirit. All right, and that is the techniques of forgiveness and gratitude. All right, and before you go to sleep, this is something that everyone can do. Before you go to sleep, especially before you go to sleep, because that is when our subconscious starts working very powerfully. always think of all the good things and that you want to be thankful for. You know, what you are grateful for in your life, right? So when you think of gratitude, even though you don't think of lack, like, oh, I don't have enough of this, I don't have enough of that, that makes you stressed out and then you don't feel gratitude, right? So be thankful, write all the grateful things that you have in your life, that you are grateful for in your life, you know? And if you can't think of any, you look at people who are slightly worse off than you, even slightly worse off than you, you feel, wow, at least I'm not like that. That is gratitude. Start with simple things like that. And another thing which is really, really powerful and I'm a big advocate for is the process of forgiveness. All right, and most people do not forgive either themselves or a certain situation or others, you know, someone or many people that they just cannot forgive, and it brings these negative emotions, brings them through their lives, and they will always find stress, they will always attract negative things. And you know, I believe in this one thing that we should have war against, and that is the buruk sangka attitude, which is judging people. You always think that other people is inadequate, or this guy is not good, or this guy is whatever, you know, don't trust this person. It brings stress out, and as long as you share this with other people and you gossip about it, it spreads this negativity around. And do you know that the energy of love is so much more powerful than hate and anger? It can overcome a lot of things, right? But most of us in this world right now are not aware. We are using negative energy to spread more, right? So as long as we are aware, as we program love, and I've always teach on programming love and respect inside of us, so that every time you see a person, you will see good things. Even business opportunities that come, you know, you will attract good things in your life, right? Money, problem with money. When you have love and respect, you will attract good things in your life, and you will ward off all the negative things. But most of us, we do not have internal peace. So that two basic things is something we can start off with. Just always be grateful for whatever you have. There's always people who are worse off than you, right? And at the same time, forgive and release some issues of anger.
All right, now we've got two callers on the line. Let's take the first one, Mr. Koo, I believe. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Terence. Good morning, Yasmin.
Morning.
And good morning to the professor. Now, the problem is this, I mean, I can appreciate the fact that Malaysia is a very peaceful country, you know. But unfortunately, this is not reflected in the way people drive. Part of my job includes traveling all over the city and Klang Valley. And I see this repeatedly. People are very aggressive in the way they drive. They cut people off. There's no sense of calmness in the way they drive. So is that reflective of an inner conflict within them?
Right. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Back to back, let's take our second caller. Good morning, Mr. Jude Chang, I believe, our ambassador from Malacca. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning, yes,
hello.
Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you.
Good morning to Terence.
Morning.
Morning.
Jasmine. And our special guest speaker. I forgot her name, sorry.
Murshidah.
Murshidah. Yes.
Good morning to you all. Now, this morning is a very interesting subject, peace. Now, I'd like to share peace in the home.
Peace in the home.
Now, do you know that the number of children suffering from psychological problem has keep on increasing? Do you know that? Psychological problem they're facing, young children. And we are not aware of it. Know why? Now, in our home, there's no peace. Father and mother fighting, quarreling, shouting at each other in front of the children. And the children is not stupid. They are aware what's going on. And they are doing it in front of the children. And these children, when this is going on day to day, month to month, year to year, and these children, they're going out from baby to adult. So when they enter this childhood, when they see the father, mother fighting, and this is their emotional feeling. So when they grow up, they have this emotional problem. Okay? And we are not aware because the country, we are lack of child psychology.
Right.
Lack of that. And many of the school children, I noticed they have a lot of emotional problem, and there's nobody to turn to help them. So I hope government will do something about it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jude. Quite a lot for you to handle.
Yes.
Drivers and children.
Okay, we'll address the first one first, which was Mr. Koo, right? By the way, Mr. Koo, please call me Murshidah.
You've been elevated.
Yes, Professor. All right, I'm Murshidah. Okay, now you mentioned about driving unpeacefully on the roads, right? Yeah, the way people drive. Yes, it is a reflection of the lack of internal peace. Sometimes you will see the person coming out of the car, looking all very nice, very happy. Hello, how are you? Put that behind the wheel.
But can I just suggest that sometimes when we're talking about our Malaysian drivers, it is something that it's infectious. You know that when you drive, you feel like I'm a good driver. This is my speed. I'm okay. When somebody cuts you off, then you say, why is these people cutting me off? You want to cut that person off, or
What do you think is happening there, Yasmin?
Oh my, we're gonna have a session right here.
What do you think is happening there?
When you were saying that, we feel we okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'm driving according to my limit. But somebody cuts you off or doesn't give you a chance to to go out at a certain junction or so on. You become, that person doesn't give me a chance. I won't give somebody else a chance. I won't wait.
What do you think is happening there? What kind of emotion or energy that is coming out from a person?
So negative.
There is a very big human flaw in every one of us, and that is called the EGO.
EGO.
Right? The ego. Yes. The ego. Oh, jangan, whatever the person does, don't give chance. Oh, he do that to me, I do that to you, I do that to another person, you know. When that negative emotion comes out, and you let it, the ego comes in, hey, look, I'm better than you, I don't deserve to blah, 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 so that it comes out. And what Mr. Koo said just now was right about the it's a reflection of what is inner conflict inside the person. There's no peace within, right? Sometimes they can control their facial expressions very well when you see them, but in certain situations where they are inside the car on their own, right? You'll be surprised some of the words people use when they are driving, swearing. It is a reflection of lack of internal peace. And when that negative emotion, like you mentioned just now, the ego comes out, right? It does give a bad impact. And what most people do not realize is that all these negative emotions is not isolated. It is not just, oh, I can handle this is just within me. Whatever is projected out from your mouth, through your actions, through your thoughts, is actually very powerful. It is affecting each and every one of us in the society, country, the world, right? So it is actually each and our responsibility to have inner peace, right? To be able to project. If we want world peace, you complain, oh, I want no peace and this and that. It's because each and every one of us are not doing something about our internal, right?
That's really true. I really believe that. I like the way she said it. Responsibility. You should take responsibility for being peaceful within yourself, because you know what? It affects everybody else. If you're having a bad day, then you're bound to spread that negative emotion to somebody. I mean, when Yasmin just mentioned the thought of being negative, some of my hair on this side just fell off. You can't see my pillow.
You're a good-looking guy. I'm spreading the love. Terence is a good-looking guy. Everybody's beautiful this morning.
You just made me laugh. I didn't expect that.
Yes. I like doing that. And that's the way we spread positivity on Hello On 2. And Mr. Jude, now he talked about a completely different sort of being peaceful at home. He says, children are getting more restless because of their parents fighting around them.
Exactly. And this is very sad to say, but the home is actually a very, very important